Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, Ace Farmer Kevo here, and today we are going to be doing my first ever Anguish 5 with Ascension Shackles Endless. That's why the title of the stream is not in fact clickbait, because if I go here to my stats, look at the stats, and then go to dungeon, you can see here it says Ascension level 14 Anguished for stats. This is what I would have, for example, if I were to use this build, which I'm not going to be doing for Endless, but to show you how low it would be in order to take and have those things. So let me take and get the chats open real quick so I can see this. We got some people talking. Alright. Oh. Looks like I got some stuff all loading over again, so that's fun. Get this music back running. Cool beans, cool beans. There we go. I got YouTube. And now let me go get the good old Twitch real quick. Cool beans. So I'm going to show you the build that I'm going to be using and what I expect, because of course I'm going to do some XP gear for it. So if you are level 225 to 249 and you'd like some XP, now's your chance in order to get some. So I'll be giving out some XP for some people. Hopefully I get some new people is the goal. But we'll just have to see what time is going to tell for that. There we go. Thank you. Showing some of the progress. Here it is right here. I made it to World Anguish 3 for the Path of Despair, Path of Melancholy 5, Path of Agony 7, and then Path of Torment 6, which brings me to a whopping total of 21. So 4 more levels to go, and then we will get the Anguish Crucible, 3 of those. So I'm happy, looking forward to that. Got plenty of the raid proofs, so I'm probably going to buy some Anguish Crucibles today before it's over. As you can see here, if I go down to the bottom, it shows that it costs Proofs of Agony. I'm like, sure, yeah, I'll buy like 10, 15, 20 of them. You know, sure, no problem. In order to take and get some roll chances. Because I really want to get some different rolls on some of my gear for Endless and for Dungeons as well. But without further ado, let's go to the buffing phase. So what I can do is I can turn on and off the shackles. So for the buffing phase, I'm going to turn the shackles off, just because I think that would be a little bit too challenging in order to take and do for prepping for Endless, because I don't always have like the tankiest gear. So we'll see. It's still going to be challenging because it's like 100% stats. But we're going to hop over to our wonderful Beowulf Regia Raider with the good old 11 Ascension levels in there. Probably going to change these pants to a more tankier pair, which should probably be we're going to go with this one. We're going to go with the Rift Rogue one. That's why not. See if that's going to help us out to be a little bit more tanky. I'm going to prepare at least 2 Endless. We might do more, but we're going to start out with 2, and we're going to see how it's going to go, and what our starting proofs are, and what our ending proofs are going to be. Ooh. Okay, voice. Let me get some water real quick. Don't forget to get some water yourself, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't already. Alright, there we go. So I hopped over to a friend's kingdom and I got some more temples. I had some yesterday and I'm going to have some today. And we have our orange event that's going on. So if you need orange, go do some endless, boss dungeons, monuments, you know, whatever you want to do in order to farm orange. But as you can see, I got all the quests completed for today, so I got an extra gold, XP, orange, luck, all the good stuff. So I'm hoping that we're going to get some good yielding. Yesterday we got over 400 or over 500 billion XP in about 1 hour and 10 minutes for doing 2 endlesses on 4. So let's see what 5 is going to yield. But this was with the Shrine of Wisdom for the other one. So we'll have to see what goes there. But looks like I got a friend that just joined in. So let me take it on mute him so they can talk. So hello there, Mr. Takaro. How are you doing, buddy?
Good morning from the land down under.
Alright, alright. Still waking up, I see.
Just woke up like 4 seconds ago. And then I saw a ping on my phone.
We're going to go up the Concord here for number 2. Cool.
Has Dakota got a war yet? We'll find out. Next episode of Taki Ball Z.
We will find out very soon.
Oh. This is not going to be fun. You are matched against the Realm Shifter.
Oh no.
Cats versus Beowulf, and I've got a Gilgamesh Aura.
Okay. Nice, that's 1 endless prepared or started right there. We're gonna go for 2, so we're gonna do my personal one in my castle as the other one, so I can turn off the dungeons and towers, zoom in to this one, take this one, and make sure I get the right pet for it. Y'all know which ones. If you don't know, now you know who it is. The Super Boof pets, the Great Yeti. Great pet to have for endless because it gives you all the elemental resistance buffs and defensive resistance 1. So you don't have to worry about buffing that. So that's what I'll be taking. And let's get to it. So roughly 6:03 my time is when I'm starting to prepare for the endless. I'm trying to see just how much time it takes total. We're gonna go with Divine Bastion now. Can't hurt me, buddy. You can try. Alright, so let's get with the special spells that I'm not able to get. There's the Dragon Alignments, very nice. So I'm going to flee here, because I got my Dragon Alignments and my all 6 elemental defense buffs. That's the main thing I wanted to get. So I'm just going to do the same thing over here. So this one may be a little bit more dangerous, so I'm going to ward first. And then I will use Golden's Fortitude. And then Call of Brynhild. And then Wonderful Divine Bastione number 2. Alright, so I got the elemental defense buffs. I'm going to go with the Berserk 3 to be tankier. And then go with Mimic's Mischief. And then...
Alastora, welcome.
Let's see, yeah, welcome Alastora. That's where I'm just going to keep on buffing until I get the Dragon Alignment.
Turkey's going to get up and have coffee.
There's a Dragon Alignment there. Alright, well, enjoy your coffee, buddy.
I definitely will. I'll be back later once I'm actually awake.
Alright, take care. Yo, what's up to you too, buddy? Right now I'm doing some endless right now, so I'm gonna be leaving this party with my friend. I'm gonna be making a new party. So if anyone is 225, 250 and wants some XP, and I know you or recently, then I'll invite you to the party. So like this person, Kingdom person right there, give them a little help. This person right here, you'll be happy to see that invite. Might send him a message just in case he's busy. A lot of people already 250, but I'm not giving up. I still got a lot of people on my friends list. Not this person. I'll make a post on my Kingdom Discord to see what if we have some people interested as well. There we go. Alright, so let's see. So now that I have the elemental defensive buffs, now I'm going to use the Risen Stone Warg. Respond to some messages real quick. Alright, cool. But yeah, I have the Stonework now. And now I can put on some tankier gear now, which is good. I go with this one right here. This will probably work. Yeah, that'll work. Let me see. Nope. I have to use the other axe. Yep, the ward dragon axe. There we go. That's the right axe. So we're gonna go back here. We're gonna finish buffing up. I'm gonna use Berserk Mushroom to get number 2. And then I will also use the Curse of Sekhmet itself. And I think this one is pretty much ready to go. Besides the Berserk one. Yeah, I've gotten all the other buffs that I wanted to. So first one, good to go. Let's see the second one. What am I missing? Gunner. Crit. Berserk 1. Couple Wyvern speeds. Oh, only one Wyvern speed. Nice. And then maybe a Curse of Sekhmet, I think. Yep, and a Curse of Sekhmet. And that one is good to go as well. So, time to go grab that Chimera, Liger, whatever you want to call it. To get yourself that Berserk 1 buff. Alistoris, are you within that level range to get XP from 225 to 249? So you asked that question a couple minutes ago. Because you have to be within that level range in order to get XP share. Let's see, I've already got Zelda, Chibi, and Forge Cleric into the party, so it's already 2 people. That's good. So now I don't need to be Beowulf anymore. I can go over to Realm Shifter. I'm actually going to go over to the base Realm Shifter to start out. Actually, no, I think I can make Oracle work. And we're going to see what our stats are going to be. So I'm excited and horrified at the same time to see what my stats are going to be here. This is where I kind of want to use the Anguish Crucibles on my chest piece in order to take and get something different. Because right now, if I go to my equipment, inventory, and I go to armor, and go to power, You can see that it has mana reduction plus 8%, which you think would be great, but there's a lot of different buffs that you can get besides this one for that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go buy 5 Anguish Crucibles, so I have 5 chances. I'm hoping that within those 5 chances, I'll be able to take and get a better roll. I might go more than 5, just depends. So I think that was 5, but I'll just buy another 2 more just in case. Alright, yep, there we go. So go into the inventory, armor, go here, and we're going to use the Anguish Crucible. I'm going to change it from the mana over to word recovery, which isn't bad. I wouldn't mind it, but that's probably the lowest roll that it could be, is 1%. Another Anguish Crucible we go, and this one is going to be HP. Nope. Next one is going to be Dexterity. That one, I'm tempted with that one. That one is an iffy part. Because I like extra Dexterity. Literally over doubles the amount that we have total. We'll have 270 Dexterity from 127 to 270 is a pretty big jump. But I still think I'm going to keep on going. Hopefully I get something good. I think this is like we're at the halfway mark. That one is War Recovery plus 2%. Okay. Okay, that one, I do like that one. Because that, I think, is the max roll for War Recovery. So I'm really tempted just to keep this one. And I think I'm going to keep it. We're going to rock and roll with this and see how it goes. So I won't be completely dependent on changing out our pets or using the ward axe on Dorado and stall strat in order to get our ward back. We'll get a little bit of passive. Probably not a lot. But this is the gear. I'm using 2 of these amethysts here. I believe they are... Yep, here we go. It's 25% accessories with 2% missing mana. And I will basically not be able to... I'll hardly be able to damage the Lioness forces. So that could potentially hurt me. But I'm mainly using this for the first maybe 300, 400 floors. We're going to see how it works with the Ascension Shackles. Right now I don't have the Ascension Shackles, so this is what my stats would look like at the moment. At 184, I would have close to 10,000 attack, almost 8,900 defense and resistance, nice almost 3,600 dexterity, and 85k ward, and close to 4,300 mana and 27,500-ish, a little bit lower than that HP. So this is what we're working with right now, but when I go to the Ascension Shackles here and I say, hey, you know, I'd like to have my stats increased, and they're like, sure. Now there you go, these are the buffs that I'm going to get. 17% proof chance, 17.5, 12% gear chance, 3% item drop chance, nice 20% range for XP warn bonus, 70% luck, and 3% of item drop quality. So without further ado, we're going to get started with this. We already got some buffs rolling already. So let me go into this one at 2. Make sure I get the Berserk here. So there we go. I have 34k HP. So I'm just a little bitty guy now with 1712 mana. And I have 11k HP. So that's what I'm rocking and rolling with the Ascension Shackles. You can see all the stuff right here. So these are the bonus stats in green, enemy stats in yellow, and then all in the red is all the negative stuff that's used in order to take and make the game more difficult for me. So got the increased berserk and counter chance. So there we go. Officially, that one is berserk 3. Going to the second one, we're going to check and see what this one. And just like that, we are. So we're going to fully for that one. So both of them are at their Ascension 14. So if we go here, look at the stats for the dungeon. You can see here I have 4.2k attack, 3.7k defense and resistance, 1500 dexterity, 34 almost 0.4k ward, 1712 mana, and 1112 HP. With 93 crit, so it looks like I have a little bit more crit than what I need right now, which is not good. So I have to fix that. How am I going to do this? Need to remove like five pieces of crit from this. That's right, because the weapon has crit rate on it already. So that would mean I can put in more Jewels of Creation in the boots probably, because that'll be 4 right there. I can take one out of the mimic helmet and put another Jewel Creation. So let me go into my storage and go see if I got some good ones still lying around in there. It's going to take a little bit of a while to get there, just because I have a lot of adornments. But we're gonna see if we can get there. So we're gonna go to easiest way is to go with Ward, and then go here. Use it for armor. And there we go. So it looks like I've already taken out majority of them, but I saw some pretty decent ones left here, so I'll take probably the top 3. These are all 30s. Yep, so we have that's a 30, 29. I think we'll be happy with 30s. What's up, Mimic? Welcome back.
What's up, buddy?
I am readorning my gear for Endless just because I have too much crit rate right now, and I don't need to be over crit rate for Endless. I'm trying to min-max my stats by moving around some stuff here.
Huh.
Three, come on. All right, I'll leave you to that. Let's try it again. Yep, sometimes you just gotta leave and then come back. Then we go with Mimic. This one. Take out that one. And let me just take out the stuff from the other Mimics too, because they don't need the stuff in there. Those are a little bit worse. Yo, Freeze Daniel, what's good, buddy? And those are a little worse, so I'll take these. And they're sort of random too. Wow, they both happen to show up just at the exact same time. Kind of weird. Not gonna lie. But great to see y'all. Welcome, welcome. I'm going to do an Anguish 5 for my Endless. I'm working on adorning some gear to get it ready. We're going to go with Ward. Alright, so cool. We got a couple of good quality Jewels of Creation. We're going to use these red ones first. They will definitely make us even tankier, which is what I need. I need all the stats I can possibly get from these Jewels of Creation to help me out with the Ascension Shackles, reducing my power by a lot.
I believe it. Ooh, holy damage on the start.
I think that's the max I can do, or can I throw another one here? Oh, alright, so now we go to the Mimic. Yes, I'm going to do it Realm Shifter. Yes, sirree, I'm going to do it with the one, the only Realm Shifter. There we go. Alright, so now let's take a look at the stats now. Dungeon, 83%, so I can still take out another one. Which I can do that. I can take out another one from the helmet. That works. So I can get some more mana. So that's going to help out a bunch. So we're going to go with the Mimic once again, and we say, hey buddy, you don't need that one. That one's only minus 11, that one's minus 10, so that's better, so you're losing less attack. Jump back to the castle, go here, and then Mimic, and you know, I'll make him feel special by giving him the fake ornate one. Alright, so now the stats are looking like we have 1934 mana, which is better from 1700, so much more realistic maybe to try and still get some passive mana back to stall a little bit. And almost 3900 defense and resistance, 4400 attack, and 36. Yep, alright. So we are gonna wait to use our Conqueror's Guild buff until we get that was weird. Until we get to the, man, that caught me off track, to at least floor 100. So we're gonna go get the Ward Doggo now. Actually, we don't need the Ward Doggo. Well, I'm going to use it because I want the ward turns, but I'm going to passively be regenerating wards, so we're going to see how much I get. Hello there, Sir Dro. Great to see you, buddy. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. I'm about to do some Ascension, Shackle, Endless for the first time with Realm Shifter. I just got to the Dungeon Anguish today. So this is what I'll be doing, my farm gear first, which is this, and then I'll be doing more personal best gear as they get further in. Thank you for the good luck. So yeah, I'm gonna go grab the Rock Ruff or the Arisen Stone Ward right now because I already got all the berserks I need.
That counts as green, right? So
Hey there, Dram. Good to see you, buddy. I'm going to find out. So I'm generating 725 mana per turn with the 2% ward recovery Anguish buff that's on the chest. That's pretty helpful. Because you have that passive little ward regeneration. It's not going to guarantee to tick you back up immediately, but it'll definitely come in handy. And I have 2% missing mana per turn with 25% accessory empties I'm using. And you're most certainly, I'm glad that you appreciate the music, Sergio. I found this off of YouTube. If you want, I can send you the playlist and what it entails in the DMs if you want that. But just taking a look at this, it's going to be kind of hard for me to maintain my mana. I will have to eventually use super mana potions or panaceas, depending on the situation, in order to recover my mana. I just won't be able to generate enough before I'll have to slash. Maybe if I can get to like Ascension level 7 or 8, I'll have enough mana to be able to make it work. Hopefully. We'll find out when I get there in the future. This one's not too bad for using the super mana potion. Let's see, I'm at floor 26 right now, or it feels like I'm a lot deeper in with the Ascension Shackles. I'm really hoping to get some good records from here. The damage is still flying, so still being able to do 1,000,000 damage even with only 14 ascension levels is pretty showing how powerful Realm Shifter really is for Endless. Of course, also having the Gilgamesh Ursa class, the horizontal /3, is very important if you don't have it. I wouldn't say it's like a high importance for people. I'd recommend getting both of your Realm Shifter classes and maybe a tower weapon or two before going with Gilgamesh. But some people go for it sooner just because of how good horizontal slash is. So do what you will, what you want that with. Do what you will with that information. One of those little tongue twisters there.
Off into the fray.
I'm trying to get more ward turns, so I might have to just go spam Terror Strike and Gale Strike a couple of times in order to get my mana back. I'll just spam potions. Sound like I'm hurting on potions. That'd be a different story. It's like, oh, you have to do endless, but you can't use any potions. So it's like you have to be like, you know, dial in with your accessories and when you're buffing for endless. That'd be probably a pretty hardcore challenge. Just do hard mode endless and see how far you can get just doing hard mode endless. Might try it. Maybe not as Realm Shifter, or maybe not using Curse of Sekhmet. You know. Or maybe I will use it because I can turn it off in certain situations, but most likely it would probably require you to have like your accessories all be immunity prevention accessories. So like Briny Pendant, Ymir Vithra Charm, Amwood Ring, stuff like that. Or I could definitely use the Beguiled Mystic Guitar X or Y, depending on your preference. Oops, you are a dragon type. That's immune to dragon type attacks. No way. Well, here, have a lightning attack. Fallen necromancers are not very fun to have at parties. You're okay, Lioness Knight. Even though apparently I do 30% less damage to y'all. That was what my amities say, so I'm glad I'm still able to take you out for now. I'm really hoping that I'm gonna get that wisdom shrine from the Conqueror's Guild today, but what are people thinking? Thinking I'm gonna get luck or wisdom? What's gonna be on my side today? What do you think, Mimic?
It's usually luck, but I think you'll get wisdom today.
It's usually luck, but you think I'm gonna get wisdom? Okay.
That's right.
Well, you know, gotta let you know that I did get wisdom yesterday, so I'll be happy for a double wisdom. You know, we can always use some more wisdom in our lives. Buy one wisdom, get one wisdom free is a cool thing. King Gradlin, okay. Oh, that's right, you are... Oh, wow, that kind of hurt there. Berserk Ordinite Golem took like... Oh, let me just hit you with the dragon. What did I take, like a third of my ward right there. I was like, well, that's kind of dangerous, seeing that I'm not even in floor 100 yet, and already these bosses are gonna, like, hurt me pretty bad. So it's gonna make it a key point to make sure you know your Pokemon types, or know what's immune, what's not immune to stuff here. No total random. I still need more Greater Souls. I need like 3,900 more. So I've been making progress. I did some runs earlier today with some friends at the spot that I had on stream yesterday. And we could possibly do some more maybe after these two endless if people are interested in doing some runs. Be greatly appreciated if the community can help me farm these Greater Souls. You know, get that Coliseum, the player kill badge right there pretty easily by farming the Coliseums. But I really don't know Alistoris, what floor I'm going to get. Alistoris is asking from Discord. I'm low on mana right now, so let me pay attention to that. I'm glad that I did, because I would have been in trouble if I used the attack and had nothing there. Just chug a potion. I like that. I pretty much always get the avidity turn. If sometimes I ever use a potion, not all the times, you know. Gotta clarify. For you, sir, I'm going to use this perfect shot. All right, so that's good to know. There's 135k at max charged up power. So we are approaching the 100 floor mark with about 400 word turns, so not too shabby. But we are now going to go to the other one and do the same thing, and then we will see what the monuments RNG or the Conqueror's Guild RNG will have for us. Of course, I can always do some monuments to get some buffs, but I want to try and do this one without any monument buffs, because not everyone has access to monuments around them, or at least the monuments that they want around them. It's like, wow, I got all these Ithras and Demeters, but I really need a Thor, you know? I want that extra crit rate and that crit damage that the Thor gives me. No, don't get me wrong, the other monuments are important in their own right for Endless. Vulcan's nice, but it's not as important as the other three that I just mentioned, in my opinion. Some people will rank like Demeter higher over other ones. It just depends on your playstyle and what you like or don't like in order to use. I was wondering why the XP was so low, and I'm like, that's right, I'm on floor 12. That's why. But we're going to try and spam as much ward turns on this one. Hello there, Wintermelon, and good evening or good afternoon to you. How do you do on this wonderful day? Oh, just stopping by, I see. Pure Darkstone block. Ooh, wow. You know, actually, I'm pretty close to being pure Darkstone block myself. After this next Ascension level, I'm going to have 16,000 pure Darkstone, so I might have to be hitting those Underworld portals, you know, or hitting those Tier 8 bosses. Tier 8 bosses or Tier 7 bosses will get the job done, too, because you got to remember, the OG Anku drops it as well, so don't forget about that, Wintermelon. Ankus are a good source, so if you happen to not have to be the designated driver, and you can put on your monster layer and your boss layer, you can find those arisen Ankus for the monsters and Anku bosses on the map and just take them out. But of course, yeah, Underworld portals will be the best way. I like to farm Underworld portals for the materials. Scrolls are just the side effect of running Underworld portals. It's not being affected by the Seeker Candle. What tier is the quest, Wintermelon? I'm wondering what if it's tier 8 or tier 9. Because I don't believe it'd be a tier 10 one. For the Arisen Anku. Or if the Anku boss is tier 7. I was thinking it was the Arisen Anku, so I was trying to remember what that was. But yeah, that one's tier 7. So yeah, like I said, do some tier 8 bosses. You know, he could be just chilling around somewhere in the wild. You know, it's not a big surprise. You can use I'm pretty sure you can summon them through monster remains too. So, you know, that's another way to get the Anku in order to show up. Not 100% sure on the monster remain, but you can try it. You know. Let's see, Kraken's pretty dangerous, just use a chunk of mana potion in front of. Sure, the dragon works, because he can't hurt me. I have a friend who has one, but he's currently asleep right now. That has like one underworld portal with a couple of normals and a lot of dragon roost. I'd have to check and see what my spots have. I don't know what some might have. I know some might have lots of dungeons, but not all of them are underworld portals. To my knowledge, the ones around my personal house are not. Yeah, the reset is tomorrow, but I'm just trying to think, like, because I haven't really done a lot of traveling this week in order to get my house, so I don't remember all of the dungeon spots. But I mean, I can give you I have my phone here that I can take and send you an invite to a dungeon spot that might have some good stuff in there. So let me just check it out on my character because I have a tier 9 that's over there. So I can just use the tier 9 and just check on it from there, which is pretty cool. Let's do the other one. Alright, so... Alright, see, I'm pretty sure that spot's not good, but I'll check the one last spot. One last trick up my sleeve that I have. Hello there, sea serpents. Get zappy zapped. Alright, that one's being a little difficult pulling up the teleport button on here, but I might get it over time. Oops, hit you with electric when I meant to hit you with an earth. That one just doesn't want to take and show up. There we go. Now it's working. Let's see. Where's the building? There it is. Kraken! Woo! Yeah, the best I can do is like a chaos portal, which is like a discount underworld portal. You know, it's still good, of course. Just don't hate on it too much, people, because then you can actually get the risen Ankus in there as well. And then I just have like a lot of normals, and then I have one that I think has like a battleground next to it. So it's like, you know, I have a couple different options available. Not just one type of dungeon spot. You know, we have a little variety. Unfortunately, at my Origin Town, I have the spot that I wish that was for next week, where I have 3 beast dens and a Valley to God. So I'm hoping I get something similar like that for next week for the Beastfell event whenever it goes live. Just give me a couple beast dens. I'm not asking for, like, you know, 5 or 6, but, you know, I'll take some, whatever you can give me game, I'll be happy with that. Yep, the Beastfeld is the next one. So this is when Lincolnus, Monoceros, Manticore, Krabos are coming back. You know, you can summon the Krabos raid, and during the same time they're having the Trevelyan event going on. So you can summon the Trevelyan so people can get their precious Brilliant Lights staff to go pew 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 if they want, and then get yourself some of those wonderful Trev Charms to get the two-handed weapon damage bonus too. So, you know, a lot of good stuff happening next week. So stay tuned for that, folks. I'm sure I'll be summoning a good amount during the Trevelyan event because I want to get a good quality staff just in case for the future because it's a good staff. You know, just maybe want to try and get some. I want to be fancy and get a good quality Trevelyan charm too, just for fun. Or just hold on to them because that can be good for great for trade material in the future when people have already defeated all theirs and they're like, hey, does anyone have any Trevelyans for trade? I'm like, sure, yeah. What do you got for trade? And go from there. We are approaching. Oh man, I'm definitely not going to stall on that Carmen. That's dangerous. This one's okay. I'll chug a super mana potion there. How dare you, immortal, temporarily lower my magic? I love my magic very dearly as a realm shifter. But a little bit less war turns than I would have liked. I would have liked closer to 400. I'm at early 300s right now for the ward turns. As I approach 100, I'll still be able to do some more ward turn generation. I might even resort to bringing in a classic, using the classic sortier or sortie, however you want to pronounce it. I like sortier because it sounds fancy, and that's how it's pronounced in my brain for some reason. Because sortie 1. Because it costs 40 mana, so I can just regenerate that back. So you have to use more of a little more old school tactics, because horizontal slash 3 is great, but it costs literally like, you know, 70% or 60 something percent more mana, like over double, in order to make that. Oh, here we go. Well, I'm already in 100, so let me flee now. And this is where we get the see if we're going to get the luck or the wisdom from our wonderful and glorious Conquerors Guild. It is Wintermelon. I'll be doing that for a majority of the run, depending on what I'm fighting at. I'll do that. So that's why it's like I'm not like min-maxing the amount of mana regeneration because I'm not only going to be spamming spells. I'll only be using spells if I need to in certain situations. But here we go. What are we going to get? And it is a wisdom. Ooh, nice. Got 402 Balarite, Lionite, Wood, Steel, Scalestone. I got a gold Conqueror's Crown Guard, the tier 2 one. Luminomic. 239 Florins. Almost 1.3 million Orns. And 26 round ships, and you know, some gold. So we'll take that. We're gonna repop up the bus, use the Bestial Potion, XP, Dowsing Rod, a Lucky Coin, Lucky Silver Coin, Small Bestial Potion, and the Vulcan's Brew. Look at our current XP that we have. We have currently gained almost 3 or close to 3 billion XP. Just from getting both of these 200. We're going to go get the turkey now to help us out. The Ashen Turkey. The power of the Gobble Gobble will be with us, folks. In order to vanquish the foes that will stand before me. But yeah, as you can see here, Winter. I actually have a really good Amity on that. You can take care of that, Freeze Daniel, that would be great. There you go, I got it. Really quickly taken care of right there. Yes, I was responding to you on the Discord. I was tabbing between stuff. Let's see, are these some of the people that you want to take and help out, Alistoris? that you said to add. Because I already have some people in my party already, Alistoris. So I don't want to leave to go to another party because those people wouldn't be able to fit in that current party that you're in. And I don't want to be unfair to those other people in the party. So if you want Alistoris, well, just you can take and tell them that they can, watch the stream and come over here if they're able to watch it. And, I can take and help them out as well. But yep, we are currently in the earlier floors in the Endless right now, but still getting good XP just because of the higher Anguish now. So what's important is just to focus on the goal right now, which is to make sure I don't hit immune attacks. So pay attention to the Nidhogs, the Beowulfs, the Gilgameshes, all that stuff. All that matters. As I transition to go deeper into Endless, I'll probably be changing out part of my gear, where I probably will take off the Mightiest Mimic helmet first and then put on something else in place of it, just because I think the weapon would be probably a little bit too much power in order to gain there. Maybe it would be just enough. But we're just going to have to see how it goes. I just think that the helmet's going to give me overall more tanky stats, which I will need as I'm going higher up in this Anguish 5 tower here. I'm most likely going to go with my Avalon Crown just to be super tanky. And it's going to give me more mana as well, which is very important. So I'll have more chances to get more mana regeneration from that. But the goal for these two Endless that I'm running, ladies and gentlemen, is just to see how far I can go and how much orange I can get. And this is going to be like a realistic example of like what this class would look like with low ascension levels and high Anguish with the Ascension Shackles. So I think Ascension Shackles are like a kind of like teaching moment or a teaching lesson for some people here, where they're learning their limits when they have it, or learning that they can and they can't do. And this is kind of like a trip down memory lane where you get to take and see your old self when I was first doing Endless, when I had just a few Ascension levels in Realm Shifter, like how my stats were kind of back then, or what they would be like back then with this new gear that we have right now. So I'm pretty happy to see how it's going to progress over each Ascension level that I go up. So I get more and more mana, ward, attack, defense, resistance, but the stats are also going to be more difficult as well. We're approaching 150 right now, so we're doing pretty good, but we're still in the beginning. I'm definitely hoping to get into the late 300s or mid 400s. I think that would be an absolute W right there if we can get that, ladies and gentlemen. So appreciate everyone's support when watching the video or watching the stream. If you're watching the rebroadcast, shout out to those people. Thank you for doing this, or thank you for watching it. I know sometimes I'll be streaming on different times. It doesn't work for everyone, so that's what's cool about YouTube, is that you can just rewatch the whole broadcast if you wanted to get the whole story.
No. There you
So we are gliding into the 160s right now, and my mana is recovering because I'm just spamming auto attack simulator right now, or basic attack. What do y'all prefer? Using like the simple attack, basic attack button, auto attack? What is your preferred terminology that you'll like? You can write that in the chat, or if you're in the voice chat and you have permission to talk, you can always just unmute yourself and talk as well. Big numbers, okay. All right,
go. Back
Dodoran.
to the castle. All right.
We're gonna use that. Yeah, but I definitely have the damage. So you can see here the ascension levels doesn't really equate to like getting big damage, because of course we're going to do more with more ascension levels, but it's about kind of the consistent damage as well, if you can help out. We're going to hit you with the low strike. Horizontal slash will work. Alright, let me try and recover some mana. Right now, so it's kind of like a juggling thing with low mana, with recovery, with when it's missing % mana per turn rather than max. Ooh, this one could be dangerous, but in theory I should be able to one-shot this with a Gale Strike if it lands. It did not. Waterlight did 12k. Good, you're seeking Bastion. That's what I like to see. Whew, wow. 6 billion with almost 1.3 million orange. And we got a Proof of Melancholy, so very nice for that. Thank you, game. And we have that 2% ward recovery. You can see right here, it's just slowly ticking me back up. So that's that chest Anguish with the 2% ward is paying off.
I have to get off here, buddy. I'm gonna mess you up if I play this game while I'm on the stream with you.
I understand, buddy. Well, take care. I'll talk to you later, man.
Later.
He was playing not Monster Hunter, Elden Ring Night Rain. So he was doing some, he was probably doing some challenging stuff on that game. The person who happens to be not a mimic. But yep, there we go. Looks like majority of my ward is already recovered back over like 10, 15-ish turns. So we're doing pretty alright. In the 200s now, so this is where it's going to get even more difficult. Just because I know that I don't have a lot of defense and resistance, so I can't really afford to get hit by any attack, especially now that I'm deeper into the Endless. It's more going to come down to RNG than it is going to be with like damage. Like how many attacks am I going to miss? How am I going to recover from a miss? You know, find out very soon on this episode of Dragon Ball Z. It is the deity Ursa total random. Let me go get this person. He said he is interested. This person right here. And I'll invite this person too because he acts as well. But yeah, it's deity Ursa total random that gives you the buff. Alright, jumping back into this. Nice. Alright, we're rocking and rolling. Trying to just recuperate my mana from all those attacks I had to launch there. So overall, I think I'm doing pretty good with the ward turns and stuff. I might use a couple of horizontal slashes to help neutralize the ward turn. I'm hoping that the extra pet action rate from the helmets with the bestial potions helping out, they give me a decent ward recovery over time, or ward turn generation over time. But so far, the bird is being very stubborn. Doesn't want to use a lot of Ember Strike, Ember Seal kind of stuff, or the dragon ones. But that's alright. That's alright. Can't get too low mana. Because I never know if I'm going to have like a back-to-back dragon immune floor. It has happened before. Nice. There's a proof of melancholy. I don't like that my defense is lowered down by one stage, so I might consider using a panacea in the near future. Just depends. I'm pretty certain that this perfect shot is not going to do any damage to this Berserker Warlord on Anguish 5, so I'm going to go for the horizontal slash strategy, and then we're going to go with the auto attack. He actually damaged me, so that's not good, so I'm going to try and stun him. And he is trying to end me, so I'm just going to try to go for the kill. I'm going to go for it again. That is very risky. Whew. So I'm probably going to return to this one in a little bit and actually do the ward recovery axe strategy, because I have 2.6k ward, so we'll be back to this one in a bit. We're going to go back to the other one where it's a lot easier at 100 right now. Whew. Because I don't feel like doing the whole class swap thing, because it changes the spell layout order and everything. So I'm like, no, I just don't want to deal with that right now. No, thank you. No, Mastery Potion should be activated right now. Right here, Freeze Daniel. I'm not going to be using the new ones yet. The Super or the Mega XP Potions, whatever you want to call them. The fancy pantsy ones. I'm going to save those for certain events. Oh, the Shrine. I still have 46 minutes left on this one, so I'm pretty good right now. I don't even know if I'm going to make it through these two dungeons within the same thing within the 46 minutes. You know, this one was free from the game, you know. I'm not going to go further after this XP Shrine goes away for the Endless. Just because this is just a challenge to see how much I can get within an hour. Or like hour and 5, hour and 10 minutes, including the extra prep time for the stuff. Come on. Nice. Alright, there we go. Perfect shot. Coming in handy dandy right there. Whew, man. Let's see. We're gonna do that. Then another one. Not there. Definitely not here. Trying to recharge my mana. Or 100% on the Mighty Mimic as well. This one's fine. Oh, there we go. We got our deific channel to help us out. I'm just trying to get as much ward turns as I can possibly get. Stall it out. And I'll use as many super mana potions as it takes in order to do that. Oh, I could probably take and get one right here. And keep on blasting. Yeah, I just horizontal slash U. Oh, I forgot to check my kingdom quest. I'm pretty sure I made some pretty good progress with the kingdom quest that I have. Oop, that was the wrong one, and thank you for missing yours as well. Let's see, we're almost up into the 370s. I'll use super potion here. Oh, you tried to go after me, I see, Fallen Vanguard. Well, that was your mistake. Trying to go after me. Let's see. What are we gonna do here? I'd a super, just because of casting Divine Bastion, so they couldn't hurt me anyway. Get that, just keep on topping up that mana when you have those little extra turns and weave them in there every once in a while. Help you out a lot for Corvus. If you're not like filling your gear full of Mountain Acorns and using a missing mana amity at the same time to be like, no, I want to have enough mana where I can cast whatever I want every other turn. I'm like, all right, fine. If you want to really do that, you can do that. But I'd rather have my gear not filled with mountainous acorns, if possible. If it's the best way, then I'll definitely do that. But these amities are pretty cool to help out with this. I just need to find a 25% accessory with maximum mana per turn. That's gonna be the W for like DD classes, Realm Shifter, and other classes that really just need that large amount of mana. And they want their accessories boosted as well. For the people that don't have recharge, pretty much. Alright, here we go. We are almost in the 200s here. Ooh, roasted that dude there. Ooh, it's a dangerous dude, Mammon Acolyte. Pretty certain if I get deep enough into the Endless and I get hit by one of those, it's just game over. Nope, not coming back from that one. Ooh, Realm Shifter. I like that. I like that amount of XP. That's pretty good. I'm just not seeing a good monster to chug a mana potion on. Most of these are like, I can give you these debuffs. Here we go. Again, trying to hit me with the Yawning Strikes. They just don't learn their lesson. They're like, no, let's just keep on attacking them. Attack again. There we go. 200s, folks. Anguish 3 Ithra Blade. Very fancy. Alright, starting to get some good XPs for these Berserks. Definitely the 3% increased Berserk chance definitely is working right now in the Endless, but it's also part of the Endless formula as well, where the higher you go in the Endless, the more Berserks you're going to find. Just to literally make it harder on you. So don't be surprised when you're a couple hundred floors deep in Endless, you're like, why are there so many Berserk monsters coming after us? And it's like, gee, I wonder if it's because you're a couple hundred floors deep in the Endless, silly. Oh, wow. Almost 7 million XP and almost 1.7 or 7 billion XP and 1.7 million orbs. Ooh, I have to hit this. Thank you. Wow, that one was less. That just goes to shows like the actual level of the monster you're fighting actually can determine a lot in how much origin or XP and gold you're going to get from it. Wish I had like a side-by-side comparison to see like the different levels, but I guess I could always just, you know, people can always rewind the video and check those two drops from the Berserk, first Berserk and the second Berserk. You can obviously see that the second Berserk dropped a lot less than the first Berserk, which is not ideal, but you know, it's a learning lesson. They're going to show that the level probably made a difference. The Berserk may have been like a 250 or 260, and then the second maybe in like a 230, like a lot lower level one compared to the comparison to rewards, where it's still, you know, just a couple million or billion between it, but you know, it adds up over time. Oh goody. Ooh, you're kind of tanky there. I see you, King Radlin. Next time I encounter one of you, I guess I'll just hit you with the horizontal /3. Or, was it a Gloom Seal? Gloom Strike 3. There we go. Not magic attack. This one's gonna go strike right to the face. No hesitation. Alright, we're doing pretty good though. The Berserks are definitely increasing. Whew. No, that could have been a little bit dangerous right there. Slowly just generate the ward back. Uh-oh, this is not good as well. But crit chains are nice. Biggest one of the night, 8.7, I think, and like 1.9. So 8.7 billion and 1.8 or 1.9 million from that Berserk Gilgamesh in the late 240s, early 250s. Nice, majority of my ward has recovered. Alright, nice. Ooh, so close to being 100. The lower level one. I'll give it a couple more floors and we'll find another lower level one to test to see. Like this one. 81, so definitely nowhere close, but we're definitely closer than, you know, the last couple 100 floors to get into the goal of getting good XP for even the smaller takeouts. Ooh, okay, this is where our perfect shot is going to come into play. We're going to perfect shot you again, and we're going to perfect shot you again if we had to. Believe it or not. Here we go. Nice. These orange are really good considering that I'm not using the orange chest piece. Just from the helmet, the weapon, the accessories, and the rings. Give me all this orange mainly. Plus, you know, maybe there's happens to be an orange event going on where you get an extra 25% too. Yeah, maybe that might help a little bit. I heard with the formula. There's just a theory. a game theory. Right, here we go, 290. Okay, we're getting close to the big 300. This is where I foretell it getting a lot more difficult, even though it's already pretty difficult right now, to be fair. Oh, nice, nice damage. So we are officially in the 300s. Oh, thank you for an extra turn. Wow. That is some good XP right there, I tell you what. That is some damn good XP from, getting like 3.4 billion XP almost for lower tier 1. Or for regular tier 10 boss. We're just gonna go with the Terror Strike here. Hoo-wee, man, that Gradlin. He looked angry. Most of these do look a little bit angry. Pretty hangry. Alright, I've gotten a good amount of mana back. Now I'm probably going to go on the offensive with some strikes, especially with this Berserk Pegasus. Horizontal slash 100%. Alright, there we go. Skull gave me 103. This one gave me 114. Alright, take care, Freeze Daniel. What about this Valor Warlock? 105. Okay, we may have accomplished a dream of finally getting to the 300s. That's what I originally thought was from the last couple endless runs, that once you start getting into the 300s, then most things are going to start, just even the lower level things start getting good, really good XP. Like this Berserk Valor Assassin, almost 320k. Pretty darn nice. Anubis almost gave 4.2 billion. Same thing for the orange though, like a lot of these things. Now, you know, preface, to be fair, you know, for people that know or they don't know, now you're going to know that, you know, I also do have 2 ornate Band of Gods. So some people may be like, you know, the sarcastic or the very, like, you know, good for you kind of smirk or reaction. And, you know, I completely deserve it and understand that. You know, been playing this game for over 5 years, so I'd hope I was going to get some good stuff from all the work that I put into the game. And, you know, it just took me like, you know, took me 6,000 dungeons for my first one, and then took another 30,000 dungeons on top of that one to get my second one. So it wasn't just like, oh, instantaneous, I got a second ornate. Now, I did get a lot of the other qualities, of course, during the time, so I had a legendary that I was using. That was a placeholder for the ornate, of course. But now, you know, I'm trying to go for beyond ornate. I'm going to try and see if I can get my luck with Master Forge in the future. Probably be pretty hard to get, but, you know, if I can get one, then that'd be great. There is proof that it's just out there for Master Forge. We just don't have any proof if a Demon Forge and or a God Forge one actually does exist. So that one is probably one of the rarest ones that you can find, a Demon Forge and slash God Forge Band of God. Ooh, that kind of hurt there, buddy. But I have my Ward Regeneration to help me out. Hit. It's not good. Whew. Just have to keep on fighting through this. Fighting through the pain. Recover my ward. Oh no, 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 no. Yes, you want to recover your ward. Yes. Alright, there we go, there we go. We're working our way up. Working our way up with the XP. Ooh, this one's not gonna have to do with this one. And then, phew, I would have not been good at that Berserk Hydra hitting me. That would have been probably a KO moment right there. Not gonna lie. Majority of these Berserks, if they hit me, I'm probably gonna be a goner. Oh, I barely did not, but I think that auto attack should do that. There we go. Nice. Got a little bit of the mana back, thanks to my Amateus. Nice, we're back up to 30,000 under the 36k ward, thanks to the Anguish chest buff. Okay, that was a good combo play right there. The horizontal slash straight would take and chip its defense out and then hit him with the basic attack to finish him off. I like it. I like it. Strategic attack right there. Alright, one more tick and we are back filled up with our ward. Yep, we are at 36,266. Alright, 370s. We are approaching... Danger. Danger, danger, danger. Phew. Thank you for missing me. Nice. Almost 4.6 billion with 1.1 million orange from that Berserk Odin. We definitely put up a very good fight. I will give him that. He made me sweat a little bit. Had to chug one of those fancy panaceas out there. But it did the job, which is good. Come on, Lost Strike. Thank you, Lost Strike, coming in clutch. Definitely going to perfect shot to you because you're not a Berserk, but of course I can't damage you with that. So we're going to go with the old school way. Slapping in the face with the basic attack, auto attack, whatever you want to call it. Blocked him on the head with the bow hilt. Let's see. Yep, these orange and this XP is just out of this world right now for this high Anguish. Hooey, this is where I have to make a play here with using some stun dart and some ultima strikes and hopefully some good timing. That was some bad timing right there, actually. That was not good. The opposite of good. He's already healed up all the damage that it did. I'm going to have to debuff him. Let's see, what else can I do? I can do sharp. I don't have sharpen on here. What else can I do? I guess I can just start hitting them with the Gale Strike. I need to stun dart him again. Nope, I'm gonna do that. Ooh. Thank you for the Gate of Ear. We needed that a long time ago. Hit it. One more time. One more time. Whew. Man, that was pretty intense right there. But you know, 11.6, almost 11.7 billion XP and 2.8 million oranges was worth it. It was worth the challenges to do that. Let's see. Can you be put to sleep? You cannot. But you can't really hurt me. So I'm just going to spam some word recovery right here. Just do it the old-fashioned way here. Alright, that should be good right there. And I'll do a couple of auto attacks to build in my crit chain. And now I'm going to start hitting you with the terror strikes, the chip away. And this one should do the job. Alright, so we're nice, like 90% charged up for our crit chain. So good enough to get the job done here. We are approaching, getting very close to 400. So it might just be full sending it on this one, and the other one might just be lanyap or extra for the whole hour. Because we currently have about 22 minutes left with the buffs going on right now. So close, so close. Alright, low strike. You have to do the big damages. Alright, so we need you to do that again. Nope. Alright. Auto attack should do it. Yeah. Alright. Just pray with the auto attack. Wow. I had like 46k extra attack. Like, if it wasn't for that extra, then that little extra little wiggle room, then I probably wouldn't have one-shot him. So, good job me for that. But there we go. We're officially in the 400s, and we got over 4 billion XP for taking out regular heretic, with I think like over 1 million orange for that. You can rewind a little bit and check it out. But oh my goodness, not you, not this guy again, please, please. All right, thank you, this guy. My goodness. That was a little too easy. Oh, hey, it's your brother. Oh. Alright, well, I beat your brother, but he beat me up a good amount, which is not very cool. Still standing, though. 16k ward in a dream. I'm tempted to put that to sleep, but I'm not going to risk it. Of it not going to sleep and then just beating me up. Ooh, thank you, Mystic Feather, for helping me to block that Berserk King Gradlin's attack, because that would have been a goner. Ooh. And we died at 411 on that one, so that's pretty good. I'd say very good. For that, we got roughly about 87, maybe a little closer to 90 billion XP just from that one. I think it's like 70 to 80. So we have about 20 minutes left. We're gonna have to go get our ward recovery on our Dorado in order that they can help us out here. So what we're gonna do is we have a special loadout here. It literally says ward recovery. So we're gonna use this. It's got all the stuff in it that I needed to do. So we're going to jump into this one, and we're going to use a health potion, and we're going to pray. We're going to do that again. And luckily they didn't attack us this time, so we're going to flee. Then we're going to jump back over to the Corvical, or Corvus Oracle. And we're going to jump back into this one, and we're going to take out this Berserk Mighty Mimic and be on our merry way. There we go. Like we weren't even worried at all. One Gale Strike. Alright, let's see. Ooh. Oh, I forgot to check my quest. Let me just go check that real quick. I'm pretty sure it's done. Alright, cool. Saw some people got some levels. No. Completely forgot to go to the Just got distracted by other stuff. There we go. Now, yep, I finished my quest. Northern Lord, Tiamat, and Tyrannus. Okay, let's see if we can find those on our adventures here. Alright, taking it easy. I'm not going to risk it here. You can have a little strike. Let's see. Looking for the Tiamats, the Tyrannus, and the Northern Lord. For that quest, where y'all hiding at? Come out wherever you are. Oh, that's an angry Finfolk right there. There's the crit chain rock and rolling. Let's see, we're getting close to 300 once again. Not you, not you. I will use this on you as much time necessary to take you out lower level in warlords, or lower floor in warlords. The higher ones are just kind of built different, you know, they just laugh at that. And that should finish you off. Nice. Easy way to build it right back up. Just throwing a whole bunch of perfect shots at him. Let's see. Just have to keep on building that crit chain. There's the time. Nope, I need the Tiamat, not the Typhoon. Nope, wrong dragon. No thank you, Faffy. Appreciate you stopping by, though. I'll definitely take what you have, but we're in the 300s now, folks. Once again. So far, we've done over 700 floors total in this endless. We're going to see if we can get into the 800s for total amounts between the two. That'd be the goal. The next 15 minutes we have left in order to take and get this these 100 floors. It's not gonna be easy because majority of these things can pretty much take me out in one hit for the berserk boys and girls. So I'm just trying to do what I can, do as much damage to them before they do enough damage to take me out. Simple as that. Ooh, there we go. And I'm happy to see how many proofs of melancholy I'll get after this, because I was pretty much on like empty, or like had like I think 3. So after this endless, we're gonna find out and see how many proofs of melancholy did I get between these two endlesses, with 5 anguish with the ascension shackles. Nice. Berserker Warlord down, 1 hit. Oh, the second one came and I missed. Missed again. Hit him. Hit him again. Got stunned. That is definitely not good at all. Do that. Beat him up. Whew. Man. Alright, there's Tiamat. Ooh, another barely missing getting taken out. Alright, we back up to 20k ward though, so we are recovering good with the ward. We're gonna use the low strike on you. We're gonna use a gale strike on the Kelpie, just because he doesn't like it. And he takes more damage. Simple as that. Alright, not bad, not bad. We're at 27 K ward. And we just lost all of it. We would have died actually either way, regardless. But that brings us to about like 350, close to 360 floors total. With roughly about a little bit under an hour, like 50 minutes of total run. We got a grand total of 100, I think 108, 109 billion XP in that 1 hour. So a little bit lower, but it is what it is. Still pretty happy. Really wasn't paying attention to how many orange that I got. But now let's find out how many proofs of melancholy that I get from this, which is the main thing that some people are looking for, you know. Close to 800 floors and dungeons. Recent, so we got over 70 proofs of melancholy throughout this. So pretty good. I'm happy with that. And right now it's currently 7:33 my time. That means the monument shops have officially reset. It's tomorrow somewhere in Europe already right now. So they are tempting me. They're taunting me by making me spend proofs of monuments on Greater Souls. I'm tempted. I'm really tempted to give into it, but I don't think I would have enough. And part of me doesn't want to take and do the math, because if I'm close, then that make me want to do it. Let me see. Let me just do some rough math. 5,009. And then how I usually do it is, okay, how much do I have to get 10 stacks of this to get the 660? So that'll be 1,650 in order to get 10. So I can get roughly 3 stacks of 660, which would be like 19, like close to 2,000. So that would not actually allow me to ascend. It would get me a lot closer to ascending, you know, not gonna disagree there. Because it'll put me up into the 8,000s, maybe even closer to 9,000s, depending on my runs. If I do some towers today or some other stuff like that. But yeah, that was cool. That was cool that I got that. Unfortunately, there's no good gear that I can get right now. As you can see here, I've already bought in the Avalon or Knight armor, and I've already dismantled that, so no other gear to buy. So let's see, I've gotten, looking at my current goals right now, we're going to move on to the other part of that I talked about before, which is doing Colosseums. So if people are interested in doing Colosseums, let me know. I'll be going over to a triple Colosseum spot. So I'm excited for that. I'm going to see if I have an invite stash from my friend to that spot. Let's see. Not that one. Not that one. It'll be a way, but here we go. Handle, wave vessel. Yep, that's going to be the one. Alright. Ooh, Corvain fell asleep in the way vessel. Or he did runs himself over there, so that means I'm only I'd have access to bring one extra person. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yep, and 6. So I'd have a spot for one person if they want to do a Coliseum run with me. Would be 3 people, and it'd be 3 Coliseums. 4 of 4s is my character, so that's why I'm counting him as one of mine. The host of the dungeon. So if people do want to run some Coliseums, let me know. To get some greater souls, berserk mushrooms, court gestures, outfits, all that fun stuff. Oh, very close, Freeze Daniel. Well, hey, it happens. You're so close to getting the 250 on Zelda Chibi. You'll get it. You'll get it in due time. Plus, it'll be more special when you do it yourself. Yeah, if you want to join with Zelda Chibi, you can, Freeze Daniel. With that one. So you're gonna head over to Handle Way Vessel. So let me get this set up just to make it easier for myself. I'm gonna change this right now. I get it fixed and set up. So basically, our goal is to run a whole bunch of Coliseums, lower level characters. The lower the level, the better. Between tier 3 and tier 4 are the preferable ones, because that's when the Mystic Feather has not been introduced. So that's why 4 of 4s exist for that reason. So let me bring him back onto the screen so you can see here. On the right we have 4 of 4s, and on the left we have 4 of 4s, and on the right we have Ace Farmer Kivo. Or Kevo, Kivo, whatever you want to call it. So I'm going to head over to that way vessel, Handles way vessel, and myself, and Freeze Daniel will be doing some runs. Oh, I went to the Handle 22 instead of Handle WB, so, well, it's time to leave him, and then I'm going to just go to another one. I'm not going to show you all which one I'm going to swap to. It'll be a surprise. So make sure that you go to the right way vessel. I like this one. This one's going to be an anime reference right here. For this one, or it's going to be a little funny statement. You're going to go to Handle Way Vessel, yes. Not Handle 22. Oh wow, he just got the tier 4 himself. Wow. So this one is the name of it. Oh, let me get my PvP set up, ready for it, and then invest the orange into getting his tier 4 class then. So 100% going to go with Mystic. No ifs, ands, and buts about that. Let's try and get some good gear for him set up. Looks like he has some pretty decent stuff. We're just going to go with the strongest one we have there. Put on a nice shield if he has one. That's nice, but so far it doesn't look like it. But we'll use this Fame Royal shield. Of course, we use the Ring of Restraints here because we don't want them getting XP. And then I don't think there's any amenities, so that's fine. So voila, there is our new dude. Let's see, what's his free gift of the day? He's been blessed with an XP potion. Very funny. Very funny game. So I'm going to use the Brazier to help give him some extra view distance so you can maybe see the other one over there. So we're going to add him to the party. Nen is real. He is one of the newest members of the 4 of 4's family. So he'll probably be, maybe put like a part 3 there. So here we go. Handle way vessel. Went to the right one. Now let me make sure that I teleport to the right one as well. So that's a big thing. So I have to make sure that I go with the handles way vessel. And of course mine isn't open because I forgot to open it this morning. So I have to open it myself by going in with the powers of the view distance ninja. These mighty binoculars. Let's click that, click this. Try and click on this. Nice first try. Open the wave vessel, and now we teleport to handles wave vessel. And then I'm going to swap back over to Dorado here for this one. Let's see. Did we already get matched in the war yet, or are we still matchmaking? We are still matchmaking, so I'm gonna do it. Well, hey, I already have it on there, so that looks good. Your guy's gonna have to be like above like 590 foresights. Freeze Daniel for Zelda Chibi. Unfortunately, I don't see the other one. I will have to use a ring restraint here to help reduce it on the open world for this daily quest that I'll be completing. So I'm just going to take off both lanterns for now. Can't see the other one. That's weird. I can see this one, but I can't see the other one. But I just need one Coliseum to help me. Help me, Coliseum. Help me complete my quest. But without further ado, we're going to get started. So let's see. Do you see the invite, Zelda Chibi? There we go. Cool. And now we begin the farming of the souls. And you get a little bit of other stuff too. It's not just souls, I can see. Get some runestone, some regular souls instead of just greater souls. Some water stone, you get some adamantine, you get some light stone, you know, all that, all kinds of good stuff. Can't forget the silver, you know. Bone and iron too, so you know, a little bit of everything, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Five 564 view distance with Zelda Chibi. Okay. And bam. No summoning scroll, but quest is completed. We had the ring of strength to help out with that. I think we're done with needing to do that. So cool. So now I can put on the lantern and see the other one though it's hiding because I literally only had 0 lanterns on, which makes sense. Kind of hard to see if you don't have any lanterns on and help guide your way. All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Ornate heavy arrows. Woo! Ooh, some more ornate arrows. We're gliding through these. That's the exact reason why I like using the lower level characters to help me out. But soon, eventually, I'll run out of lower levels and not these higher level characters. I very well, you could make infinite or a lot of characters over time, and then just as soon as they get the tier 5 or 6, you can just delete them, or you can just put them for something else. Well, I mean, we want the low levels for Exaniel, so not just like like I said, anything tier 5 and above is like, for speed at least. It's not like I don't like those. It's just because there's a whole bunch of second chancers, so the second chance is annoying to deal with. But some people know that very well already. So there we go. Another one has been beaten. Once again, we're going to do that. Then this, then that. Boom, bam, bop. Where's the next one? Alright, cool. Alright, the next one is going to be Hockey is Real. So going with the One Piece reference here. Last one was the Hunter x Hunter, so now we got the One Piece reference. And this time we're making sure we're going to the right way vessel, handle WV. Everything is real, that's right. That's right. Now, if we look again at the quest, for this one, yep, we're going to have to use a ring of restraint here. So we won't be able to see the second one until we finish with the other ones, which is fine. So we're going to jump in again. Now the bonus though on being tier 5, tier 6 plus is that you do have access to the far side, so you'll be able to see the third Coliseum that's here. So I do have a good amount of tier 7s that I will be rotating and using for this one. Maybe not immediately. I might do like another 20-30 minutes of this run. We're just gonna see. I was like, part of me is really itching and tempting to just farm enough Greater Souls today, buy it with the Prusa monuments, and then trying to send tonight. That's what I'm thinking. But what are y'all's thoughts? You think I should try and push for the Ascension level tonight, or just wait it out another 1 or 2 more days to farm out the Greater Souls through other means? Because one of my big things is that I like saving the Prusa monument for Christmas, for the Winter Wall hunts, to make the Festive Summoning Scrolls. And you kind of have to have Prusa monument in order to make the Festive Monument Scrolls. So that's why I'm kind of really don't want to spend it. But if one of my wonderful mods can maybe get like a poll or going up, or let's see if people want me to take and try and push for the next Ascension level with Prusa monuments, or just wait out for another one, we can do a prediction / poll for that, and that would be greatly appreciated. Let's see what people are leaning towards that are watching right now. They give a chance for people to give their input. Ornate cursed boots. Man, those are some cursed boots. Especially they be ornate. Alright, got that. Got that. Sure. So the question is should should Ace Farmer Kevo push or spend his Bruce of Monuments on Greater Souls, or yes or no? Like, should I spend my Bruce of Monuments on Greater Souls to ascend? Yes, or no, wait it out. Or like, yes, you know, spend everything you can to ascend, and then no is going to be like, you know, just wait it out. There we go. Yes, yes, that's the modern version of it right there. So there we go. The poll's on Twitch, and it's going to be on YouTube probably shortly. So people can vote. You know, should Kevo try hard the Souls, buying it or nah? Yes, or yes, or nah. So you can vote. If you don't see the prediction on Twitch, you can just type your response in the chat, like yeah, yes, or nah. What you supporting for it? Ornate these rings. Okay, okay. There you go. You can go vote right there. Put it down in the chat. Nope, I don't want to use the skill. I just want to use Swan Song. Probably had to phrase it like that as well, just because you're limited on the amount of characters you can do to type in your poll or question. You get like 45 words in order to use, which isn't really a lot. It may seem like a good amount, but when you start typing, it goes away pretty fast. All right, there we go. Okay, okay. Nice, nice. All right, so far we got 2 people for Yas. Yas. Sounds so funny. All right, now we're gonna turn it on and off to go to the next person. Apparently, the people are speaking that way. Is that's what it sounded like to the random people wanting me to go full try hard. All right, so I got the second one lined up, and ready to go. Mr. 404's Part 2. Let's see, his free gift of the day is going to be Monster Remains. Okay, okay, we'll take that. I'm going to see if I can possibly see the third one with him, so I'm going to use my Brazier before I leave. Get that extra view distance. This. Even though I can't use Farsight yet. It'd be cool if I can see it. So I can see 2, just don't see the third one. I think the third one's towards that way. Towards the other Coliseum that's farther away. But still seeing 2 is fine. Let me check with the daily quest, see if it's going to be complicated with any of the rewards. And yes, defeating arena opponents is going to be complicated with that. But luckily I already have the Great Mimic helmet on this one, which I didn't have on the other ones. So that is cool So that'd be a tip for people. If you are trying to take and make lower level character alts, definitely getting a mimic, a great mimic head will help, because it's basically like a ring of restraint but for your helmet. So you have the 99% reduction in XP right there, and so that gives you a chance to use your lanterns and not have to use ring restraints for everything for your open world loadouts. So we'll see though after we complete this this daily quest how much XP I'm going to get with just one. So technically I could put on all three, have triple the negative XP power, but I believe it's not going to be a lot. But we'll just have to see after this one. But since it looks like people are in majority vote to me going try hard order to ascend, who knows? We might do some monuments too as a little break between doing Colosseums, because Colosseums, they're not the most entertaining, exciting things at times. Let's see. But they are sure rewarding for what I need to get though, which is the thing, the main thing. May not be the most appealing content thing to the eyes, but in the terms of just getting raw materials, it's mainly the ones that I need. Greater Souls, this is probably one of the best, maybe not the best, because I was talking with some other people and I was saying, oh yeah, I think if you have a good raiding loadout, killing raids that drop Greater Souls as a material drop, of course the best example is the Arisen or regular Distorted Rift scroll, Distorted Rift Judgment scrolls, or the Arisen Rift Distorted Judgment scrolls. Those two, I think if you're able to kill them fast enough and have synergy with someone else, then you're going to probably get more per hour than doing a Coliseum. Is my thought. But you have to have some really good team synergy. So there you go, like only 2,250 XP was given during that, so we're good. On to the next one. So yeah, if you have a lower level character, Freeze Daniel, and you want to take and bring it, you can for the next one, because all the other ones that I have after this are gonna be tier 5 people. So it's gonna be second chance people, like tier 5, tier 6, tier 7. I think more of a tier 5 and tier 7. But what's good is that we're actually farming up player kills as well, because this does count towards your player kill record, even though taking on a lot of low level NPC player kills still counts. Ooh, ornate storm arrows. Aren't you lucky? Because I think if I'm doing my math right, I need like 3.8k right now Greater Souls, and if I can get half of that, then I have to get the other half for doing Coliseum. So I don't know if I can literally do another 1,800 Greater Souls through Coliseums today. Definitely would appreciate it if I had other people with me along the adventures. I'm gonna reach out to the Wave Vessel owner and just ask him if he can maybe remove Mr. Oh, we have a war. Let me see who am I fighting. You know what? I'm actually tempted and curious to try out this build. I just have to do something different here for this. Okay, I still do 166k damage to them. Let's see, they had refuge and dryness, so recover 5% ward each turn and decrease water resistance. Yeah, yada yada yada. We got him. A win's a win. So that's a little funny. So you can kind of see on my map, you can see the third one right here. So this one cannot see it past a little waterway or the opposite direction. Something like that. Yeah, it's something like this. So it's this direction past this little interstate thing. So yes, people have it. But right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a quick 5-10 minute break. Go to the bathroom, take care of some stuff. So I'll see y'all in a bit. Peace. Alright, I'm back. And got me thinking. That's all good for you, Daniel. Don't worry about it. Yep, there we go. 112k HP. Got about 8.5k resistance. So that should be pretty good to deal with that. And I'll get temporary resistance buff too. I always like checking the wars and seeing if they attacked yet. And they did not, so nice. They got that. We've already taken out 4 there, so we should have the first blood, or first bloods with an S. But that's all good to the random, like I said. I'm probably going to take and go and get my tier 5 now. And now with tier 5, I should be able to see all 3 of them now with the tier 5 and up. In theory. Alright, coming back. So there we go. And I have our tier 5 coil boy 1. Let's see, what is his free gift of today? It is a Shrine of Luck. Oh man, that is that's tempting me to do some runs. I think there's a couple of wave vessels, dungeons over here as well. So you can do some dungeons together as well, total random with this guy. Yep, what a lucky dude indeed. And he's one of the ones that actually want to get the fortress Coliseum built. So, you know, that's potential. We have potential here to take and have him to be able to join us and maybe do some dungeon runs over there. But let me get his brazier lit, and then I'm going to teleport over here. And this is with 537 view distance with Seeker, using 2 of these with 2 ring restraints. I'm going to double check the quest for today. So I can use, I can take and use the lanterns to get more, so I will most definitely have enough view distance now that I have 773 in order to see the other Coliseum. So there we go. So here we go, total random. We're going to continue on. So the thing is, like I said earlier, you don't necessarily, I don't want you to not bring higher level characters. It's just, if you are, you want to make sure that those characters are geared up, just in case we don't happen to take everything else out and they do get attacked. Because, you know, the host dies, then we all kind of die. And then you might have to dig and be more try hard with your damage output in order to help take them out quickly. So we can do like tier 8 and tier 9 stuff. I'm not against it. It just requires more teamwork. So continuing on, just sent the message real quick. Come on. Well, like I said, you don't have to have, like, you know, the best equipment. You just need to be able to ward and defend yourself mainly, because everyone else is gonna do all the hard work. Like Zelda Chibi and me are gonna be taking them out, so you don't even need the ward the first turn with Zelda Chibi. just probably go immediately in the Mimic's Mischief or Gunner or the attack spell if they're low health. So we can try it out, indeed, you know, like you said. I probably will have to do like 30 or 40 runs in order to get enough Greater Souls in order to combine with that. That's my rough math that I did in order to try and get that much Greater Souls. So it's definitely possible to get it done tonight. It's definitely, we're looking more realistic now. Because definitely it was looking very unrealistic to get it done today. But, you know, of course the RNG wasn't done with me. Like, oh, we're gonna have more challenging decisions for you to make, Stormer Kevo. I'm gonna use these arrows in order to swap them. So I can go like this and go from right to left or left to right with the button clicking. I just feel like it's a little bit more easier for me to just be more used to click and continue on the right side, on the left side. Let's see. It would help if I had one more person in the party, but it's unfortunate that Corvain is fell asleep or forgot to leave the party, because the other two people are the wave vessel owner and the wave vessel itself, including us 3 adventurers in this party. So that's how the 6 gets really fast. Of course, we can always go to another wave vessel and do Coliseum runs over there, but they don't have 3, so this is, even though it's 1 less person, so 1 less monster, it's still more runs overall, considering I get to do 3 instead of just 1. Or potentially 2 at one of my spots. Challenge complete. Thanks, game. Alright, number 3. Here we go. After I finish this one, I'm going to check and see what my greater soul count is. I mean, nothing, like, I'm not saying 1 coil is bad for Freeze Daniel, of course, but I'm just saying, you know, if you have access to 3 of them in one location rather than having to bring 3 different characters to one location, you know, taking the slight decrease in resources is worth it, I'd say. But pretty much any tier 5 would have its enough units in order to see the 3rd Coliseum, which is nice. Alright, almost to the end for this one. And Legendary Thieves Ring. Woo! Right, not including all the gear that I can dismantle. Looking at the materials. And then go by name. I have 7.2, so currently I'm at 3.6 right now. Hey, Zelda Chibi's working, man. So if I were to spend my Greater Souls, I'd have like 9,000. So I need like 9,000 total. I need a little bit more than that. So I need to get like 1.6 or like 1.5k. So doing a rough estimate, if I get we're doing the math. People didn't think I wasn't going to be doing the math, and they were sorely mistaken. So we're just going to go with needing 20 or let's see, 9,000. Needing 1,600 divided by, and we're going to say a round number, let's say 40. It could be more than 40 Greater Souls to get, but we're going to say 40 just because it makes sense. So I'd have to do a total of 40 more Colosseums in order to get that. And let's say each Colosseum takes like 2 or 3 minutes. So we're going to say times 3. So that's an hour and 20 minutes of just Colosseums, roughly, in order to get the Ascension level. Alright, yeah, take your time, Freeze Daniel. He's gonna BRB. I guess it's time to work on some of the stuff with the stream. And work on inviting our next person to the party. Alright, now we're gonna get the Ice Helper dudes from the Frozen Guard side of my army. Because of course you'll know I have people from all different factions under my leadership for my army. So luckily you can see those two. And if I do this, then you can see not quite the third one, but if we go here and we go this way, then you can see the third one. Looking at the daily quest, we should be fine, because none of them are due player versus player battles for the tier 7. So that's cool. Alright, you're done. Cool beans, cool beans. He says ready. He's ready to rumble. Family's cheering about the sports. You can hear that in the background a little bit, and that guy did not want to die or be defeated. Saying it in a different way, but he had to go. That's right. Rizino said that's the spirit. cheering for the sports, showing that you appreciate and represent them. Nope, don't need any skills, just needs one song. Just adds one song. Wow, they actually moved before me. But we are past the halfway mark. On floor 12 now. Go, Zelda Chibi! No! You had one job. Try again. Try again. Try again, Zelda Chibi. You got this. There we go. Nice. The redemption. You already know, Freeze Daniel, that Beowulfs have a accuracy or dexterity challenge. They're dexterity challenged. So you don't need to be too hard on yourself if you miss an attack. It's just part of the class, man. You know, just part of the class. I mean, I didn't say that it was only realm shifters that are dex challenged too, or challenged another thing. Definitely a lot of classes are accuracy or dex challenged. Not all of them. Some of them have a good amount, but just because they have a lot of dex doesn't mean that they have accuracy guaranteed. You still have to. You're still under the cruel fate of RNG to see what's going to do with you. All right, come on, you got this, buddy. You get him, Freeze Daniel. Go sell the chibi attack. Nice. 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 You got this. Nice, nice job. Oh, their bigger brother. He's on Discord. Alright, there we go. Told bigger brother good morning as well. Told him that I need greater souls for my next ascension level. So that's why I'm farming the Colosseum. Well, it's good that you have a lot of greater souls, bigger brother. Over 80k, wow. That is a lot of greater souls. I'm pretty sure I've spent over 80k easily in greater souls in this character. Like, I always like finding out, like, if you were to compare people's materials and how much that they took in order to ascend, if people would be able to get that. Oh, I thought I could see the third one, but I guess I was wrong. What view distance do I have right now? I have 661, so it's closer to 700k is what it looks like. Alright, do I have a foresight on me? I do. So this foresight will give me the power that I need, yep, in order to see that one. You fight low tier raid with new players before? Oh, well, that's definitely a good way to do it. Is by helping out people, taking out horsemen and stuff like that. Just getting the greater souls from there, the old-fashioned way, just taking it right out of the raid itself. Fresh soul of the raid, or not just the soul, the greater soul of the raid. Or it could be multiple souls too. Nice, ornate chrome staff. Hey, don't you attack my little guy right there, buddy. Calm your horses. Orna noob, you will be defeated. Alright, come on. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Sad boy. Alright, alright, alright. I see bigger brother. Bigger brother says that he told them about fishing and how to use fishing for summoning scrolls for newer players or lower level players. And then they asked him that they can help him clear out the raids on in the world chat. So they'll say, bigger brother, please help me take out the raids. And he's like, alright, how many do you have this time? He's like, we got 30. It's like, good. Takes him out like that, and then pockets a whole bunch of resources helping out the community. Sounds like a win-win in my book right there. Oh, how dare they put me to sleep? Oh no, it looks like you're gonna have to carry this Zelda chibi. I'm asleep. Yeah, sometimes a lot of the players that you help out, you can help them out as much as you want, and sometimes they leave or exit the game, like you're saying. What's up, Priest Daniel? I was mainly referring to like newer players that get into the game and get out the game. Bigger brother was saying that usually they level up too fast and their equipment's not strong enough, so then they have challenges in order to do things in the game that they thought that they can do because they had the power, but they didn't really have the power. Yes, just wise words. You can't do everything when you reach tier 10. Sometimes it might take you a while to get certain things done or achieve certain goals. That's part of the game, though. You know, it's checking to see if this character is within range. Nope. 3-minute cooldown on that, so that works for me. Because we can just see what all the stuff we have right now, that can just start smelting while I'm waiting for that 3-minute teleport from the other 4 dude. There we go. I'll take those materials from you, and then these hats are really good at upgrading them, because you can get them really high level, just like instantaneously almost, for the Aldon's hats. So you can do like an upgrade quest pretty quickly if you have a couple of them. That's why I'm holding on to these Aldon hats. I think you can upgrade like it 4 or 5 times in like the first couple of minutes, which is pretty crazy without using a hammer or anything. It just naturally has that low of a cooldown for some reason for some of the common standard gear. Hey, there's a greater soul and a light stone right there, and some other materials. Let's see, Fang, nothing there. Legendary, nothing there. Alright, let's see, we got like probably 1 minute left. Yep, 1 minute. At least now I can just start deleting all the new stuff. So I can get some more greater souls for this stuff. So this should be a nice, good chunk of change right here. Dismantle, and bam, 13 greater souls right there in the blink of an eye. But I got a superior Concord today as well. Apparently, so I'm gonna lock that one. Like, here you go, have a Concord. I'm like, okay, you say so. Alright, now it should be under a minute. There we go. And we're gonna go over to the right way vessel this time, handle way vessel. I'm going to use my... I use the brazier, which is good. And we're gonna go to handle way vessel, voila. Oh, looks like I'm using some difficulties. There we go. After enough button clicking, I finally got to the spot. And we'll need to put on this. Alright, so one of them here. Gotta battle this one. Do, do, do. Come on. There we go. We're farming them greater souls. I made the joke yesterday and I'll say it again. I'm a soul main. I mean the soul. Yeah, you're right, Freezano, that at least I get those kind of drops. XD, you said, of course, you can't forget the XD. But, you know, sometimes you just get good stuff casually just by playing the game. You don't have to take and do a whole bunch of this or that in order to do it. There you go, daily quest number 5 completed. Or 3. I think it was 3. Pretty sure it was 3. But now we know. Alright, nope, not there. We're gonna do that. Oh, there it is. There's our second Colosseum. Looks like Zelda Chibi's got the giant eyeball, man. Feels like I'm being watched right now. Yo, you looking at me, free Zelda Chibi? I see. It's like a security alarm system right there. This is what the eyeball is. Trying to make sure to keep me on my toes, make sure I'm doing the things. We are rocking and rolling, almost done with this one on the 4/5 roundabout. Towards the finish line. Oh, no skill, just this power, the small song. 19 and 20. Let's see where I am after those like 6 or so that I ran, just to get an estimate how much I get within like 6 or so. $74.50. So yeah, I gain about 200 over 4 or 5. So you about 40 to 50 a piece, roughly, for like a low ball. Would be beginning a lot more if I had the space in order to run a bigger party, but then I'd lose out on the amount of runs. So who knows? We might be visiting another wave vessel spot after I've already used up majority of my army, or all of my army, pretty much over here doing runs. Just because it's more beneficial to do it with 3, with a whole bunch of runs rather than 4 with just solo runs, or not as many runs total. But that is that. So let's go get the next person on our list today. And that is going to be should be this one right here. Alright. Yes, yes it is. Turn it on so y'all can see it. The Way of K, Fishing Friend. Well, fortunately they're not fishing right now. They're gonna help us do some coliseums while they're on a break from fishing. We're going to get the power of the brazier locked and loaded, and teleport over to Handle's Wave Vessel, or WV, and zoom out, and nice, we can already see all 3 of them without having to use a farsight. Great. Alright, let me double check the quest for tier 6 to see if any one of them are for XP for leveling up, and yep. Got defeat arena opponent right there. So, luckily I can just toss on some other stuff. Right now, hello DSTMN. Welcome to the stream on Discord. If you would have anything, questions, or like to talk, you can always use the open chat in order to talk there. I have people muted whenever they enter my Discord server, especially if I don't know them out of the bat, just because I don't know what people are going to say, for safety reasons, of course. So yeah, if you have any questions, you know, looking for any advice, you can type it. I'll do my best in order to answer the questions you may have. But luckily I do have a great mimic head, which is pretty cool. So this guy's kind of tricked out right here with the great mimic heads. That's going to reduce the XP. And got a 2 candle pikes, so I got that through PvP as well, I believe. We're gonna toss on another ring restraint anyway, just to kind of guarantee that it's low enough, so should be able to see the other one. If not, we're gonna test it out right now. Yep, I can still see it. So here we go. So this time we are battling the tier 6 or T6, which is ranging between 125 and 149. Because once you're 150, you're officially tier 7. No. And they have left. Nice, nice Zelda Chibi. Go. Nice. Another one down. Legendary Dirk, then a legendary Kunai for the one on the left. Hello there, Mr. Pedro Saint Simon. Hey there to you too, buddy. Hope you're doing well. It's getting cold over there. Man, I wish it was cold over here, Freezania. I would trade you for hot, humid weather, for cold weather. You gonna get some rain? Well, we're having rain too, so, you know. Join the club. Join part of the rain club. Well, then fine. Then don't trade weather then, Freeze Daniel. Don't like hot climates. It's raining over there as well, St. Simon. Too cold. Man. It might drop a little bit over here with the rain, but not that much. Just because it's like summertime over here. I believe he is so random from Brazil. Alright, next Coliseum on the chopping block. It's gonna be this one. It's gonna be me. Jeez, 3 second chances. He's like, nope, you have to take me out 3 times in order to take me out pretty good. It's like, alright, well, that's what needs to be done. We'll do it like that. Oh, okay, I see you, Matt Riller. Attack, Zelda Chibi, go! There we go. Your suspicion was correct. Sort of random. He survived. But Zelda Chibi got him, so that's good. Yes, yes, yes. More friends from South America. Is what I like to call you lot. Not just South America, South America. Well, he's not as South America as you are, total random, but he's pretty far away still. See, that one's done. Scroll of Earth. Nice. Alright, this should be the last one now, which is going to be this one. You good? Freeze Daniel. I'm just looking at some stuff right now. There we go. Alright. Looking better now. And here we go. Nope. So you're gonna have to take care of it, Freeze Daniel. Very nice, very nice. The eyeball shot the laser beam and took him out. Pretty classic. Fine, you get hit again. And we are at the halfway. Oh, come on. There we go. We're halfway there. Geez, took enough time to take him out. Thank you, pet, for your powers. Go. Nice. All right. And should be done there. Alright, was that all three of those? 1, 2, and pretty sure that was number 3. Ornate grain of the tuning shoes. Oh my god. Says Mr. Zelda Chibi. Alright, let me see. Do I have any more lower dudes up my sleeve, or most of them going to be 7 and 8 right now? Let's take a stroll down memory lane. Shall we? Strolling through the memory lane. This one's another tier 6, so we can work with that. Let's see, brazier lit, torch going, and we go add the character. Alright, let's show it. It is gonna be our tier 6 or tier 5 technically, Mare Boy. I used this person a lot to help me over when I needed adamantine a lot, because I used a tier 5 to do open world farming with that, and I was able to get a good amount of resources for tier 5, mainly adamantine thanks to it. So he's pretty familiar with the process. Let me see. Do I have any of the lower tier mimic helmets? The answer is going to be no, but I do have a fancy ornate one though for gold and orange. That's good enough. I wanted to take and have him be one of the chosen ones too, which isn't out of the question. Let's see what the free daily gift is. Ooh, cool, great monster aspect. Thank you. Let's see, we're going to go to handle wave vessel. Zoom out. Just going to double check the quest again. And we're good. So I should just need one torch and I should see the other thing. Yep, there we go. We're going to go from bottom to the top. So here goes another 3 Coliseums, folks. With all these Coliseums that are running today, officially I've done over 500 Coliseums now. Thanks to all the people who helped me run Coliseums today and for watching me do this as well. Every Coliseum is one step closer to the Ascension level goal. And who knows, maybe with all these Coliseums I'll be farm up other materials that I'll need in the future. Like, you know, that casual drop of adamantine is always helpful, because it is a rare material in order to get. But we are past the halfway mark on this Coliseum. We're enclosing the final stretch. Alright, this is going to be 18, and then 19, and now we're going to move up to floor 20. Woo! That's one. Alright, one down, onto the next one. There we go. Now I click on these here, let it phase on over the building. Actually, let me check something real quick. Yep. Alright, still crowded. Man, this one is kind of tricky. There we go. Excuse me. Oh no, Freeze Daniel, whatever will you do to go take an invitation to go get free drinks with the neighbor? Sounds very very worth it, I would say. Sounds pretty worth. I'd definitely go Freeze Daniel if I were you. I'm most likely gonna take and maybe do some monuments, maybe do some towers. If you do go, just as something different, a farm for some proofs. I'm pretty sure I've gotten majority of the proofs that I can get. With the lower tier ones, it's going to be moving towards the higher tier ones, so more fights overall, but less people and stuff. Okay, so it's a special no cold for you drink. When you drink this legendary tailed drink, it's supposed to make you not cold anymore, so that's cool. There's many different versions of that in the world of drinks or food combinations or whatever the weird wombo combo thing is that's just supposed to work to warm you up. Moving on to the last Coliseum for this dude here. Alright, we are way past the halfway mark now. Getting closer. And there we go. Where are we at? Survey says we are at 7.7. So we need 1.3 roughly, or 1.1k more. So we're working on it. We're chipping down slowly but steadily. The only downside is that we're running out of characters when we run through. So that's why, you know, I am contemplating just going to farm something else and just take a break from this, because I've been here for over an hour. as you can see here at the top on the screen on the left, that it says returning in 4 hours. So I've been here for an hour, over an hour. I've gotten a lot of greater souls, to be fair. But we might do like 1 or 2 more, and then go from there. Well, we need other people that have alts. Freeze Daniel, I guess, would be the main thing. Would help us out tremendously if we had other people that just had a whole bunch of Coliseum alts that they can join us on another Wave Vessel party. Let me check the war real quick. 6-0, very nice. None of them have attacked yet. We have 6 First Bloods, doing pretty good. We just have 4 or 5 other people that haven't attacked yet, so it'll be a total of 11 attacks. So let's take a peeky poo. It's all good, Freeze Daniel. Don't need to worry about it, because in theory I won't need to do more tomorrow, because I would have already ascended today. You know. So I'm really trying to push for it for today. Probably not going to be doing it on stream. I might try and just buy a whole bunch of stuff on stream maybe and see how much we can get. That might be something I might do. So let me do that, because I'm probably going to be done for Coliseums for now, so I'm just going to change to doing the one big mainstream. It's going to look a lot better too than just the 2 other screens. So let's see. We're going to go here. We are going to wait for that to load up. And we're going to go and say, hey, not this one. Hey, this one. We heard you have some stuff in stock. So I'm going to do it, folks. Thought I wasn't going to do it, but I am going to do it. I want those greater souls, and I want the greater souls now. So we're going to spend a couple of minutes just buying this, because it's going to take a couple minutes to spend all of them. So this should put me into the 9,000s. So we're getting so much closer now. Because roughly you could probably get this in like 1.5 or 1.25, 1.3, something like that. Monuments to get 165 proofs. So it might be faster to do it that way. If I can just farm monuments, because I do have some around me. I'm not technically against doing monuments. Alright, so we're out of materials. Survey says we are at 9.6, so we are 1.1k away. Yep, there we go. Might be a little bit less than that if I can take and just dismantle some more stuff of the new stuff that I just gotten. So we're gonna see. That's fine. That's only soul. If it was rare souls, I would have waited and had that dismantled. $184 million awards to ascend total random. Alright, you got this. You got this, I believe. That is 14 greater souls added. That's going to put us up to, yep, officially 1.1 right there. So let me take a check out, see what I have around here for the dungeons. So you can see here I have 2 monuments right there. I'm going to use Torch, Farsight, We're going to go Seeker, because we like to seek out new adventures. Alright, so I have an Ice, Earth, 2 Lightning. So yeah, I roughly have about 4 monuments. Well, let me get the turkey real quick so I can take and not the turkey, the geyser. Or take out the turkey for the geyser so I can get the extra 5%. See that extra 5% helped out or not. Able to see another one that I may have missed. Come on, you got this game, I believe. Loading area. Loading area. And the answer is going to be no. And that's alright. I'm just fortunate that 2 of them are my faction elements. So that's going to be fantastic for the amount of proofs I can able to get from them. So we'll do a couple of monuments, and then we'll be on our merry way, I think, ladies and gentlemen. Let me make sure I have... Oh, no, I had the lanterns on. So this one actually went the lanterns off and just a regular distance. There we go. And it's fine. I don't think I'll be doing another cycle of these tonight anyway. So let me do that. Three and one more for number 4. And here we go. We are currently Anguish 6 with the Ascension Shackles on for this one. So I'm going to swap over to the Dorado, but I'm going to put on my stuff for PvP real quick. Back to the hammer. It's hammer time. Alright, yeah, that's better. Do another little peeky peek at the war. Still 6-0, and none of them have attacked. Alright, time to jump into the first one, which is the Thor. I'm going to take on the 58-minute Thor, actually, not that one. Just because that one has just a little bit more time left in order to work on it. So one thing that I'll normally do is I'll just target the tier 10 people if there is no good targets in order to target here. We're going to go grab the Tower-a-thon choice, aka Celine. You can see right now that I have 2 of them. I have the little bitty one right here and the big one up there. So it's like this little replica of it, which is pretty funny. And oh, wait, that's right. I have my ward recovery build on right now. I was like, wait a minute, what's going on here? Where's my my Swan Song? It's like, you have ward recovery gear on. I'm like, oh, okay. Swan Song solo dungeons. I think I was doing something like this. We'll make it work. Oh man, no event monsters here. Ooh, that Swan Song is not doing a lot, but then again, I also am very reduced with the amount of power that I have, so probably getting that magic 1 from the chest will make a big difference here. Because right now I'm actually considering not doing this and going with the Wind Tamer for this. Because that's just going to give a lot more magic power. Because I don't really need the attack power, I need the magic power. The power of the magic. And we'll go down the center, take out the Midnight Gazier with his Garms. Pretty easily. Is this the magic buff? Nope, it's the dex, so I'm just missing one more. Another Mimic. Ooh, crit buff is pretty nice. We don't really need that, but I do see a Mammon and some Fenrir up here, so I would gladly battle those dudes right here. And we're just chipping away. One more hit will do it. Coordinate Arisen Greaves and a Proof of Torments. Thank you very much. Game. Here we go. It's been kind of high and dry for those event characters. Didn't really see a lot of them, but now they finally showed up. And we're so appreciative that they did. Come on, Battle Gateway, you can give me a scroll, please. I didn't ask for what type of scroll, but I should have been more specific with a summoning scroll rather than a scroll of chaos. But there we go. Nice 2% monuments from the Wilgies right there, the little doggos. Let's see, any more up there, or is it not an event pack? Nope, it's not, so I'm not going to mess with it. I'm good. I am good. Hello, Foreign Heretic. I've come in from for your Proof of Torments, and you didn't have one. Nice. Or not very nice. More like it's. I would say Mammon Acolyte's a pretty solid one. Freeze Daniel for Beowulf. Flajar is pretty decent too, but I mean, don't you have your Spirit Garm on there's the magic. You have the Spirit Garm on Zelda Chibi already? Then I would just get the Mammon. I would just get the Mammon pet then, because the Flajar is pretty much like hardly used if you have the Spirit Garm. It's not completely useless. Like, there are some uses for it, but I would much rather probably see people use the Spirit Garm or something else over the Flajar. Just because it takes a lot, you have to have a lot of crit rate in order to make it work. You're talking about the Spirit Garm for towers, or for the Flajar, for Xania, or the Mammon Acolyte? Which one were you referring to? The Acolyte can be good for towers, because I think it has the ability to use Despair, which is the AoE arcane attack. So basically, the Mammon Acolyte kind of replaces a little bit for the Cactus for AoE potential, but it's also similar to the Spirit Garm, because it'll just do big damage single target sometimes too. Now, I don't know if you can get inflicted with random status ailments when it uses special arcane attacks. Or I'm optimistic that you're not going to, but I'm not certain on it. So you may want to look into that a little bit, because I haven't really did a lot of Mammon Acolyte runs with the new Bestial Bond stuff. Yeah, if you want to go for towers, and I 100% agree that I think that Acolyte is probably the safer option to go. for towers than using the dog, because the dog can freeze you, paralyze you, while you're trying to do something, and it's like, nope, you can't move now. Yep, use the cats. The power of the cats. Oh, another mammon of the arisen kind. Nice. Let's see. I'm gonna go this way. Because I know there's some tier 10s chilling over here. And done. I mean, when you're like in a safe area, you can do redline, but I wouldn't redline like, you know, do like any like risky redline, if that makes sense. Because of course, if you redline, you're gonna do more damage with any pet as a Beowulf. Big surprise, I know. Very shocking information I just delivered to you. Lower health means more damage. What? Nani? I don't think these are Event Pegasus. No, they're not. That's alright, because they gave me a for Torment anyway. So yeah, right now, the after doing the monuments, you know, it's not looking too hot at the moment to try and get some proofs. Probably when the Beastfield event comes along in like a couple days, it'll be better to do monuments. They'll be more in stonks. Right now they're the exact opposite of stonks. Because it may take you like 5 or 6 monuments at this spawn ratio of event monsters in order to get one stack of Cursed Ordnite, where then I'll be like, okay, now it's kind of more worth it just to do more Coliseum stuff for Greater Souls rather than farming monuments. We'll see. I had 5,009 proofs of Anguish before I spent majority of them on the stuff, the good old Greater Souls. The souls. Alright, let's see who is gonna be at the top of the Thor. It's gonna be a elite orc with 2 Docalfar warlocks. And they're gonna go down. And I get a Crystal Wintara, 2 Capestone, Cursed Ordnite, and 2 Lightstone. Thank you for the buff. I'm looking at my inventory under currency, proofs of monuments. So yeah, I think I only got like maybe like 20 proofs throughout that whole monuments, which I really was hoping to get a lot more than that. Because that's not even halfway to get enough for the good old Rare Souls. So I think I might do some of this stuff, like I said, off stream, but I'm just going to go back here and we're going to just look and see the progress that we made. Gibbs, I need 11 47 in order to get to the next ascension level. So I'm going to work on getting that tonight. If not tonight, it's going to be tomorrow. So I want to thank everyone for watching. If you haven't already, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. Please share the videos if you enjoy them with other people. Introduce people to the game. And I appreciate everyone watching and support. And I will catch y'all most likely tomorrow. So have a great night/day. Take care. Peace.